Hello friends and welcome to the new video. My name is Martin, also known as Martin Karma, and I have something pretty special for this video. I thought I could do a 3-year journey because a couple of weeks ago I hit 3 years as a music producer, and I think the improvements have been pretty good, and I'm really happy with the sound I have right now. Of course, it could be always better. I have a project Ableton where I have 10 different tracks for, really depends on 3 to 6 month difference, the time difference with them. And we're just gonna listen to them. I'm gonna give my comments on maybe something funny about the track, or what's good, what's bad, and what could be better. And we'll go from there. So let's hop into the Ableton project, and hope you can enjoy and laugh with me about some of, at least the first tracks are quite bad, but it's part of the process.
Essential.
Yeah, I think we heard enough. It's funny, for a first track. I remember I was really proud of this kick and bass. That is just terrible. I didn't know what that is. I just remember when I played this for the first time in my mother's car, I was like, I can feel the bass. Wow, I can do that. I was so proud. This track was the first track I've ever made, and it was the journey to something hopefully great someday. So this next track, I think it's 3 months later, in October. I started making music in July. That's when I quit my job. And let's see how it sounds. Don't know why that effects was there though. All right. That sounded a lot better than the first one. Still a lot of issues I would fix. On this one, I could see firstly the mixing. These parts were really quiet. You can not almost hear anything. The kick and bass was a lot better compared to this one. It's still not great. The vocals, in my opinion, was pretty terrible. Overall, I think in the 3-4 months, it's a pretty decent improvement, I'd say. So the next transition with this was my first collaboration. No, the second. This was maybe my second or third techno track that I ever made. And we released this on this small Canadian record label, Red Channel Records, with Salvatore Mediana. This release went pretty well. I think we made into the top 20, somewhere in that realm, in the hard techno beatport charts.
The gift of life is never more or less. The gift of life, of life. The gift of life, 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 the gift of life.
A lot of things I would fix on this. The kick and bass, I feel still it's better than this one, because at this point I started to learn how to mix things properly, how the kick and bass relation with everything else needs to be at the right point, because it's the center of everything. Still, I think a decent improvement, and also had the transition from psytrance to techno. So this next one, it's called Distorted Reality, and it was actually the first half decent release on, I think it was Airborne Black. So thanks to this release, I got a collab with Teenage Mutants. The track is I'm gonna play it later. This is one of the first tracks where I started to find my own sound, and maybe you can hear it, maybe you cannot, but I think I remember when I made this, I was really, really proud of this, because it was something different and special, and that's what I've been always trying to look for, and I'm still looking for it. Yeah, so I really like the acid lead I had in there it had a lot of power, aggression, and that's what I, at that point, really liked in techno. It's like that really gritty bass face feeling. Alright, so let's go forward. This track called Darkness, this ended up being a pretty successful release. I think we have almost 250,000 plays on Spotify, if you want to call that successful. It was myself released also, so we didn't have any labels who promoted it. We just promoted it on ourselves. And I really like the main synth in here with the drop. That's I think my favorite thing about the track. The kick and bass in this one, I think it's pretty decent actually. At least it's improved a lot. The main idea is the vocals were, on my part, mixed pretty badly in general, and everything else. I think the main breakdown is just way too loud if you just look at the waveform. This next release was released on the top 5 techno label Codex Recordings. We made it in collaboration with the German duo Teenage Mutants. They are one of the biggest techno artists right now. How I connected with them, one of the fans sent me a video that they were playing a track from this EP. It's the other track of Forgotten Moments. So they were playing it, and I went to Teenage Mutant Stories, and I saw the stories also playing the track from different angles. I sent them a message, thank you for supporting, and let's stay in contact. And I think when Corona started, they contacted me and said if I wanted to collaborate with them. And at that time I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I really like the idea of this track. The kick and bass, I think something went wrong in the mixing. I don't know why, but it sounds a lot quieter. This next one, there's actually 2 funny stories about it. I wrote it a year ago in the summer when I met my current girlfriend that I'm living with. And well, you can actually hear soon by the vocals of it. It's pretty evident on what those feelings were and why I wrote this kind of a track. And also I lost this project, so I did it twice from scratch. I also self-released, and it's done really well. People have enjoyed it, and let's have a listen.
Lose this feeling, I'm sleeping. You know you can't run.
issue with this track is just the kick and bass. Something is off. I don't really know. So I think the kick and the bass relation, the bass is just too loud, so the kick doesn't punch through enough. Which, I mean, it works okay in the club, but it could be a lot better. But as you can see, it still doesn't matter because it's done great as a release, at least in Spotify. So people have liked it, and just it's not the kick and bass. It's not everything. The main idea is more important than how it makes you feel. So just remember that. That's music is emotion. It's not technicality. It doesn't. Most technically well done tracks usually are not the top one hits or not the most listened tracks from the artist. It's usually the tracks that provoke some kind of a emotion, really push that emotion really hard. That's at least in my experience. I've really noticed it that with other artists too. So this next one I think is one of my proudest tracks to this day. With the idea of itself, it's really unique. It was released on Ableton. It's I think in the top 10 or top 5 techno labels right now, also by T78. I like the kick and bass. The main idea I think was really unique, which I liked it, and the vocals fitted in. Even though it's not the most usual techno tracks, but that's what I'm trying to achieve. Not make something boring or something that everybody else is doing. This next track I made around 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months, about 6-7 months ago, and it really has. As you can notice, I've started to make my own path in my own sound with the techno I want to create. Yeah, the main idea I think it's pretty unique. Sounds a bit like drum and bass with the main synth. The beginning, I don't know what to call it. Modern techno, basically. I liked it. The kick and bass could be in a better place. This is one of my favorite tracks that I have made right now. I think it sounds great. I like the idea. It's something very unique and special. I like the kick and bass a lot. This was 10 of my tracks. All they were spaced out on 3 to 6 months. You can hear my progression with the sound, how I've improved, and a lot of people said that I have improved quite quickly for the 3 years I've made. I don't disagree with them. It's been a pretty good, but I have made a lot of music. I think I could even say maybe not hundreds, but 200-300 tracks in that time period. I remember when I was 20, I think, and 24, 25 soon. And I thought about, I played a lot of video games. I played League of Legends. I played all kinds of useless stuff. Not useless, but not really productive. So I remember thinking, what if I would all this time that I'm using on video games, I would use on music productions. I wonder how good would I be. And that thought at some point, I was like, I think I guess I have to find out, and I did, and that was literally the best decision I have made. No questions about it. So if there's some dream, it doesn't have to be music production, it doesn't have to be nothing glamorous, but if you have a dream inside of you, don't give yourself so many excuses why you can't do it. Give yourself excuses why you can. That's my biggest tip. You will regret it for the rest of your life. I really believe so. And you know, the excuses, they are endless. I'm too old, I don't have time, I don't have the money. Whatever it is, those are not the reasons why you can't do it. Those are just obstacles that you have to overcome. But once you overcome them, it's just gonna make your achievements even more significant later on when you think about it. Let me know down in the comments which track you like the most. I'm really curious to hear. And also which track you like the least. And also real quick, if you want to make music like me, we made a techno pack with Zenworld. Link is, I think, somewhere in the description, and it's a really good techno pack for modern techno. If you want to make music in the realm of this, then that will definitely help you get started. It has everything a new producer or experienced one needs. So check it out. Thank you for watching the video, and I wish you all the good karma. Ciao.